Okay, so let's try it again. Okay, let's try this again. Y'all let me know if you can see me. Let me know if you can hear me. I restarted the whole program. So if you can see me, send me a message. Let me know. That would be great. That would be awesome. Cody says fingers crossed this time. So let's see. Can you see me or not? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I see. I was getting good feedback from over on link. Okay, so now you can see me and you can hear me. Okay. So so everybody can see me now. That's an awesome, wonderful thing. Again, welcome everybody to Messages in the Madness with yours truly, Vernon Longhorn Davis. It is Sunday, July 14th. Man, it was a hot one today. Woo, was it a hot one today. But we here. I hope you had a great week, and I hope you got a great week planned, because I do. Yep, I check out the new t-shirt. Not really, I like it, but I don't like it. I like the words, but I don't like this little black box that's around it. So I'm gonna get it made somewhere else before I actually offer it out to people. So let's see, we got people coming in. Hey, Miss Cody, again, thank you for coming back. Baby sis, thank you, thank you. Scott, thank you. Appreciate you very much. And where was Longhorn this week? Longhorn, I didn't have any comedy this week. Longhorn was speaking this week. We did it was Richard, Paul, and Jesus and I. We did this thing called Soldiers Talk at the Army National Guard up in Quincy, Illinois, for the unit up there, talking to the soldiers about veteran suicide prevention. And very happy to be a keynote speaker, not keynote to be, but to be a speaker for that. That was indeed it was a blessing. It was more than a blessing. And the soldiers were very appreciative. Got to see Charlotte. She came in and brought us 50 lap robes for the veterans. So we can continue that movement moving forward as well. So the baby sis says, no, I like the black box on the tee. Okay, there you go. So you guys can check out what I got going on, what I'm doing next for on my social media. You guys can find my information there. Yes, I heard about Donald Trump. This is not a political show. Not a political show. So all I would say is I personally don't want anyone to die by violence, period. I think it's just crazy. I think it's wrong. I'm sorry that someone thought that it was necessary to take matters into their own hands and lost their life in the process as well. So I'm really, really sorry about that too. So we send our condolences to the two people who did lose their lives, and we'll send some love to the families of those people that lost their lives unnecessarily, because that was senseless. It really was. So tonight's message, guys, comes from everywhere. It comes from everyday conversation, not just the conversations that I have, but the conversations that you have with people. And we hear people talk about what they can't or won't do, even if it's for them, even if it will improve the quality of their lives. I personally am not a fan of that kind of talk, but sometimes we have to lean in and lend an ear, and maybe we can help the naysayers see another way, another way to do what it is they're doing, or what they say that they can't do. So the message tonight is called, is it that you can't, won't, or have you just given up? That is the message tonight. So we've all been there, though. We've all been there, right? You set these amazing goals. You're all fired up about them and ready to take over the world and show and just make it happen. And then whammo, you hit a brick wall. You hit a flat tire. And suddenly that dream job, the new skills, that beach body, you were working on feels, well, like it's impossible. The title of the show is it that you can't, won't, or have you given up? Can't, won't, or have you given up? I'm going to start putting that in the chat just for you. The name of the show, I'm going to start putting it in the chat just for you. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it in there for you now. See, I am a very interactive host. So let's get back to my notes. But like I say, hold on a second. Before you throw in the towel on your goals altogether, on your dreams, on your hopes, on your desires, let's ask a real question. Is it that you actually can't? You just don't feel like it? That would be that dreaded won't. Or have you just stopped believing in yourself and given up? Which one is it? Is it that you can't? Is it that you won't? Or is it that you have just stopped believing, that you've given up? See, these three little words can make a huge difference. They can be the difference between pushing through a tough challenge and letting your dreams collect dust. Just putting your dreams up on the shelves and saying, yeah, I can't, I won't, I just give up. But I admire somebody who says that they can't. I admire somebody who says that they won't. And I even admire people that just say, I give up, if they're being honest with themselves. And a lot of times, if you ask the question, why, and you ask it 5 times, you'll get to the root reason, the real reason. Sometimes you get to it before you get to that 5th why, but you'll get to the real reason why they can't, or they won't, or they're just giving up. Brother James, glad you can make it. We had some technical difficulties, so I'm glad you're here. So these 3 words, that they make a big difference. They do. They can be the big difference between pushing through a tough challenge and letting your dreams collect dust. Who wants their dreams collecting dust? Nobody. So tonight we're going to unpack them and see how we can turn those roadblocks into stepping stones. So these 3 words can make a huge difference. That word can't, which I am not a big fan of, but you know what I say? Can't begins with can. Is right there. Can't believe begins with can. This is a tricky one. You see, it means there's a perceived obstacle in your way. There's something in your way, something that feels insurmountable. Like you can't get past it. You can't get over it. You can't get on top of it. You can't wrap your arms around it. It's like climbing Mount Rushmore in flip-flops. Maybe you say, I can't run a marathon because your knees always ache after you go jogging. Or I can't code video games, or because y'all know I love my video games. Because, well, coding is like speaking a whole new language. But here's the thing. Maybe your knees just need some extra love. Maybe they need a good warm-up routine or strengthening exercise can make a world of difference. In coding, sure, it might seem complicated at first, but guess what? There are tons of beginner-friendly courses out there that can break down those complex concepts into manageable pieces. The point that I'm trying to make is, don't let a perceived can't hold you back. Don't let it hold you back. Explore, find a workaround, see if what initially seems impossible can actually become possible. Like last week, we talked about the phrase that I used and it slips my mind. But, or is it that one, or is it? That makes a big, big, big difference by looking past what you have now and asking, or is it? Is this the end of the line? You got to ask those questions. So we can outsmart can't. First, like I say, can't begins with can. You got to challenge those can'ts. Maybe a marathon is out of the way, but maybe you can walk a mile. Maybe you could walk a 5K. Maybe you need to build up your stamina with a training program designed for beginners. Now, the coding thing, I just threw that in there. And I know it may seem weird, but guess what? Learning the code is like learning a new language. You can do it. You may have to take a beginner's course, but nobody starts speaking Spanish overnight unless you get hit in the head with a meteor. And then you wake up and you like speaking Spanish fluently, like 6 other languages. I'm joking, but can't is not a real thing. So you have to break it down. You have to break down those complex concepts, if you will, into manageable pieces. Ask those 5 whys. Why, and why? Why? Why can't you? Why won't you? Why? Before you get to that 5th one, you'll get your answer. You can get some help. Don't be afraid to reach out to a friend or a mentor or a coach or me even. Get some help to help you with that can't. Why can't I? They've been there. There is nothing new under the sun. And they have been there and they have done that in some way, form, or fashion. There are people out there that have been through what you are going through. There's help groups all over Facebook or whatever your favorite social media platform is. You're not the only one to go through what you're going through. Oh, I'm sorry to hear Marion's not feeling well, but we send her love. Yes, we do. But get some help with your can't. Won't? This one's all about that willpower. It's all about willpower, people. You have the ability, but sometimes or something is yanking you back. Maybe it's the fear of failing. And that's usually the biggest one. Failing in front of everyone. I've been there. Or just plain old procrastination. If you procrastinate, just say I'm procrastinating. Be honest with yourself. Stop blaming it on something else. Own it. Just own it. And I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I know failing in front of people is a real thing. That's why everybody doesn't do comedy. That's why people don't do public speaking. Did you know that people would rather give you all the money in their bank account than do public speaking? True. So, hey, Roger, good to see you. Hey, Annette, great to see you as well. She says, raising her in prayer. We thank you very much for doing that. That is very sweet of you. Baby Sis says, mind over matter matters. Yes, it does. Hey, baby girl, good to see you. So, how about we turn that won't into a want? WANT. Find your fire. What really gets you hyped up about your goal? What gets you going? What gets you pumped up? What gets you ready to go? What makes you feel like Tony Tiger? Makes you feel great? Is it the feeling of accomplishment? That might be it. How about the new opportunities it opens? Because, see, connecting your desires to your core values will light a fire under your butt. It will. Think about how achieving this goal will make you feel, the doors it will open, and the positive impact it will have on your life. I have this thing that I do when I travel and I go to perform somewhere new on a stage that I've never been on before. I just let my mind go and imagine the possibilities. Who can I meet? Who can I meet? How is my show gonna go? Um, what's gonna be the reaction of the audience? And I just let my mind go, and it lights a fire up on me, and I'm excited about it. And I could walk in the place, and there could be 8 people, and guess what? I'm still pumped up and ready to go and ready to slang these jokes. But think about it. Think about how achieving this goal will make you feel. Envision it. Close your eyes and see it in your head, in your mind. What would it feel like to do X, Y, Z to accomplish that goal? And believe it or not, you will start opening doors. And the positive impact, it will be miraculous. It will have a positive impact on your life. Hey, Miss Brown, great to see you. Cody says, having major stage fright held me back from several things. You're not alone. A lot of people have major stage fright, and it kept them from doing a lot of great things. There's a lot of great singers out there. There's Lisa Fisher, for instance. She did one studio album. She said, yeah, I'm good. I'm going to go back to the background because this up front thing ain't for me. It wasn't that she was stage fright. She just didn't want all that came with that. Cousin Barbara, good to see you. So we had some technical difficulties, so you're okay, Cousin Barbara. Baby steps. Yes, baby steps. Don't get swamped by the big picture. Break that goal down into bite-sized chunks. You can't eat an elephant in one bite. You can't. Just a personal one for me. When on my day job, when they gave me the list of my stores, because they gave me a new program, and this was a year and a half ago, it was 129 stores on this list. And I looked at that list and I was telling Mr. Nett about it. She go, how are you going to take care of 129 stores? I said, I don't know. But I'm going to treat it like a rack of ribs. I'm going to cook the whole rib, but I'm only going to eat one bone at a time. Because you got to break it down. Baby steps. And when you break it down into baby steps, you got to celebrate each win. You got to celebrate each win. No matter how small it is, you got to celebrate each win and watch your confidence level go nuts, go supernova, go out of this world. Accomplishing smaller tasks along the way will keep you motivated and provide you a sense of progress. And I'm not quacking, I'm facking. My little book right here, I write down what I need to do. And man, every time I accomplish something, bam, bam. I don't know if you can read that right there, but it says goal setting. You got to reward yourself for your small wins. Those smaller tasks will help you before you know, you do so many small tasks till you look back and you go, man, that's a big thing that we've completed. And you get to reward yourself for every milestone, for every accomplishment. You get to reward yourself. Man, go out with your friends or go have a beer or go get a massage or anything that makes you feel good about your progress. You should do it. And celebrate your wins, your small steps. But giving up, this one's about waving the white flag, deciding defeat is your only option. It's that voice in your head whispering, you will never do it anyway. That's a powerful voice. Because the voice that you usually hear is your own. And it makes it hard to, it is difficult fighting and arguing with yourself. But y'all heard me say, it's okay to ask yourself a question. It's okay to answer your question. You don't have a problem until you start interrupting yourself. Then that's when you got a But before I get into fighting back against giving up, let's see what Roger has to say. Roger says, a lot of days when I go into work, I feel overwhelmed being behind, but usually by lunchtime, we are caught up. Just got to knuckle down and dig it and dig out. Yeah, you're right. You do. And James says, never quit. You can't quit. Baby, you can't quit. You can't give up. You can't give in. I have this thing that I say I don't quit until I'm face down in the mud, breathing air through one nostril with a boot on my head. That's the only way I give up. I don't. I may slow down, I may speed up, but I don't give up. Hey, Candy Sue, cousin Candy, good to see you. She said, right, own voice. So fighting back against giving up. The first thing you got to do is shift your thinking. Instead of giving up, try not there yet. Not there yet. See what this does? This acknowledges the current hurdle, but keeps the door wide open for future wins. It's all about mindset, people. What is your mindset? Reframing your situation from defeat to a temporary setback can make a world of difference. Okay, I shot the ball, but I didn't hit the goal this time. Matter of fact, I didn't even hit the net. I didn't hit the rim. I didn't hit nothing. It was a brick. But you keep shooting, and you keep shooting, and you keep shooting. And then when you hit that goal at one time, you're like, oh, I can do this. I am capable of doing this. I do have what it takes to do this. I just have to build up to it. And that's all part of shifting your thinking, which is important. Annette says, after this evening, ready to give up, everything I think things cannot get lower, it gets lower. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. We're gonna keep you in our prayers, Annette. I'm really sorry to hear that. But what you got to do is find your inspiration. Look for someone who's achieved what you're aiming for. Their story can be a serious motivator. Hey, Brox.
I see you and hear you.
Yeah, I'm live right now. So you're live with me. So can I call you after the show?
Yeah, I can see you and I hear you loud and clear. Bye.
Bye. That was nice of him. Okay, let me address this right here. Cody says, I almost posted a white flag of surrender on Friday. Don't give up, Cody. And don't give in. Annette says, thank you. You are my inspiration. And you inspire us as well. Thank you, Annette. You're right, James. It can also get better. It can get better. We've watched it happen too many times. Things do get better. But find your inspiration. Look for someone who's achieved what you're aiming for. Look for somebody who has been through what you are currently going through. Whether it's a job, a relationship, your health, there's somebody that's been there. And they're usually not too far away from you. Their stories can seriously motivate you to move in the right direction. Maybe it's a friend who went back to school to become a nurse. Or in my case, maybe a YouTuber, who's turned their passion for making videos, has done it and turned it into a successful business. Our oldest grandson, Caden, his father is a successful podcaster. He's won like 20 awards for his podcast. Every chance I get, I watch his podcast. And when he comes to town, I talk to him about it. trying to get little tips from him on how to make this better. But the difference between their podcast and what we do here, his podcast is put together, is edited, and then presented, whereas what I do here is live. So you get the sniffle, the cough, you get me drinking water, you get the gaffs, you get all of it. But he's what he's doing is what I strive to. So he's my motivator. He inspires me. So you got to surround yourself with positive influences, with positive people who will inspire you to keep going. Regardless of the odds, they will inspire you to keep moving forward, to get past that giving up situation. Remember, the key is to figure out which roadblocks is your personal nemesis. Once you understand the why behind the can't, the won't, or the giving up, you can start chipping away with it. But what did I tell you earlier? It's the why. Why do I feel this way? Why do I need to do this? Why do I need to move in this direction? Why is it that I can't, I won't, or why is it that I want to give up? Is it too hard? Is it I don't know how? Is it I need some help? What is it? But the only way you're going to find out what it is asking why. And once you find that why, then you can start breaking it down into bite-sized chunks. Are you facing a genuine limitation, as in can't? Or is it a lack of motivation, which is a won't? Or a case of the give-ups? You have to decide, what is it? Well, Coley, I appreciate your honesty, because I do. And Cody says the why, because I'm tired. And I respect that, Cody, more than you know. But I'm still going to ask you not to give up. I'm going to ask you that. So, my friends, here's the deal. Don't let these roadblocks be your boss. And boss is not a word that I use. And the reason why I don't use boss is because BOS is a Dutch word that means master. It's a very old word. I don't know if you knew that or not. But don't let your roadblocks be your master. Don't let your roadblocks control you. Don't let your roadblocks be your can't, won't, or make you give up. See, you got to recognize, by recognizing the differences and taking the actions, you could turn them into stepping stones on your path to rocking those goals. You could rock out those goals. And I didn't know you spoke Dutch. See, small world, didn't know that. Baby says, I don't say bossy. I know that. Yeah, I don't use that. You'll never hear me call somebody that word. Yeah, we are our mama's child, our mama's children. Yes, we are, DC Fluffy. But again, by recognizing the differences and taking action, you can turn them into stepping stones. Stepping stones on your path to rocking those goals, to making things happen, to getting some things done. So now what I need you to do is get out there and chase your dreams. You got this. You can fix it. You can fix the can't. You can fix the won't. You can fix the I give up. If you really want to. Now, if you don't want to, that's a whole different story. Nobody can stop you from giving up. But stop and think about the people around you, the family around you, the friends around you, the people who are watching you. And you just never know who's watching you, who's learning from you, who's mimicking you, who finds the way that you do what you do inspiring, how you're able to make it do every day. They find it inspiring. Cody say, I don't call people boss because of the Dukes of Hazzard. I like that one. This weekend, Jesus Delgado, yeah, I said his whole name. He paid me a compliment after we spoke. He told me, he says, man, when I first met you and I saw you speak, I wanted to be like you. And this man he's phenomenal. He's a phenomenal person. Great guy, veteran, lost a leg for this country. And he wanted to be like me. I was honored. I was touched by his kind words. And I know I'd laughingly say, when people say, man, I won't be like you, I said, no, be better. Be better than me. I'm a flawed individual. I am. But I have learned to get past my can't, my won't, and I don't give up. And I'm going to ask you, please don't give up. Please believe that you can. Take won't out of your vocabulary. You can succeed. That's the message, y'all. Sorry for the technical difficulties earlier, but we made it. So again, y'all got anything else for me in the chat before I close out tonight? Nope, nothing else in the chat. Okay. So guys, this has been another episode of Messages in the Madness with yours truly, Vernon Longhorn Davis. Join us here every Sunday, 8 o'clock Central Time. Please remember to like, love, and share the message. I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. We greatly appreciate that. And just remember, God loves you. I love you. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Respect yourself. Take care of them kids. Respect our vets. And until next Sunday, God bless y'all. $2.